and they need to understand the importance of examination in itself rather than having this external force being put into them, because they wouldn't have a very happy picture about examination. You stay calm, you do not have to be so jittery, because I have seen so many parents are so worried when their children are having examination. They don't do their work like normal days, they are not taking care of themselves. Hi everyone, how is December treating you all? Are you all having fun? It is winter, it is Christmas. We're just going to be ready to welcome the new year as well. So you can see my Christmas tree, and we are in a festive mood already. So I just thought in between, I'll just have a conversation with few of y'all. As in, I got a lot of queries from parents, as in how they can contribute or how they need to be when the children are having examination. I'm having a slight sore throat, so my voice might sound slightly different and rough. So please understand that. So let me just come to the point and start talking about it. As in, parents are really eager to know what is their role, or how can they behave or manage or interact with their children of various age groups. It can be in school or college, some of them facing board exams, some of them just having their yearly examination. They just want to know how they need to be when their children are having examination. I feel it's a pretty unique question, but at the same time it has to be addressed, because all of us who are watching here would have had episodes like this wherein you're very seriously studying and you have an extra caring mom who knocks onto the door and asks, do you want chai, do you want hot water, do you want milk? Sometimes it is annoying and disturbing too. I do understand. It is out of love and care that parents generally come and ask you multiple times, like, are you studying, do you want to have something, are you understanding? And it can be a little disturbing and annoying as students and as children. But there is also a caring aspect to it. So now that we're having a conversation, we can list down few things, that a few roles or few responsibilities or few things that parents can do when children are having their examination. Okay, one thing would be to track their timetable, as in they would get the schedule prior. You get it in advance. So you keep a track of the examination, as in inquire with the child, is the timetable out, is the schedule out, and then you keep a track of it and put an alarm or a reminder in your phone or in your computer, which is important because most of the parents are working these days. Even if they are not working, even if they are homemakers, they are busy with their own work at home. So you need to keep a reminder, as in understand the schedule of your child's examination. That is a primary duty. Okay, so once you know that, the next primary duty would be not to influence them too much, as in do not try to keep reminding them, like, look at my scores, look at Dada's scores, look at brother's scores. They're all scoring really well and you need to score well. Do not influence this into their head, because they need to know and they need to understand the importance of examination in itself rather than having this external force being put into them, because they wouldn't have a very happy picture about examination. You stay calm, you do not have to be so jittery, because I have seen so many parents are so worried when their children are having examination. They don't do their work like normal days, they are not taking care of themselves, they forget to groom themselves, they don't cook normal breakfast at home saying that the kids have examination. No, there's nothing to worry. It is just an examination where the child's knowledge has to be measured. Let's not term it as the grading system, as in you need to score so much grade. You need to score probably 90%, 80%, 97%. I don't know, these days kids even score 99% or not. So it's not about that. It is not just about your A plus and your 90s and 95 and all that. It is about how much knowledge has been acquired. So we give the importance to the knowledge and not the grade factor of it. So once you check the timetable, you remain calm. You are not going to torch them by saying examination are approaching, there's just 1 month, there's just 15 days, there's just 10 days, and this brings in the fear in them. They are not really enjoying the process. It should be taken in such a way that you need to explain to them that You have been going to school, you have been listening to so many things. Now we need to know how much knowledge have you acquired. So let's not term them grade wise or mark wise, because when you prioritize on numbers and grades, they are so scared and they are so pressurized that they feel like taking other routes, probably carrying a cheat, or probably try to look into others' paper or any means possible to get that number, rather than being happy about whatever knowledge has been acquired. Even if it is little, it is something that they have learned in that particular year. That's how you should educate the children and make them understand about it. So, coming to the point that I dealt earlier about parents ignoring themselves, during the examination time. There is absolutely no harm if the parents are going to meet their friends or visit a parlor to groom themselves, because it is the child's examination. You just don't have to bring too much of drama into it. As in, I do not understand the point, as in what are you contributing to the child's examination by ignoring your life? So you have to have a normal life. Do not bring in such an environment where you feel there is a big world war that's going to happen, there is something great that's going to break out. No, it's nothing. It is part and parcel of their life. It's a part of a student life. You have gone through it, your children are going through it. So you have to be calm and go ahead with your normal day-to-day chores, so that the child who's looking at you feels that it is a normal day, it is a normal phenomenon that they are facing together. So once you're calm, you're doing your normal chores, you already have the timetable in hand, you can ask your child, as in what the child would like to have, as in if they are late night readers, or they are reading early in the morning. Some people like your presence, some people want some coffee or tea, some people want some juice. They would set their things as in what they would want. So once you have a proper discussion, you can arrange them for the children. You do not have to go and knock the doors, keep asking them, are you hungry, are you sleepy? No, you can just inquire, interact and understand, probably keep the kettle ready, or probably fill the flask with hot water, have the juice in the fridge, so that they can go up and take it for themselves. So once you understand what your child needs, provide them with whatever is required. Now, tell them the importance of sleep, as in remind them to have a timetable. I had told even in the previous video, as in you need to set a timetable. So once the timetable is set, concentrate on the good 7 to 8 hours of sleep that is required. So you can just remind them about setting an alarm, following a timetable, rather than disturbing every now and then, telling you need to sleep, you need to study. No, that's very annoying. So once you sit down and explain to them the importance of timetable and having adequate sleep, they would start following that pattern. So, in short, you do not have to be too intrusive into the children's study. You have to be accommodative, you have to be present, but not too intrusive, irritating and annoying. You are doing it out of care, but the situation is such that the child might feel it too intrusive and feels like, oh no, she's going to come and ask me again and again. Yeah, there are some kids, or there are some students who are all the time in a prank mode. They switch on the lights, they close the doors, and they doze off to sleep. I do understand that. But again, why are they doing it? They're doing it maybe because they're fatigued. They have been doing a lot of other things during the day and not able to concentrate. So you can monitor your child's day-to-day activities, as in where and how they're feeling tired. Nutrition. So give them the right food. Don't overfeed them. Give them fruits and nuts and everything that is high in protein, and not too spicy and not too oily, and not those things which takes a real long time to digest, causing a harm in their tummy and irritating them. So cook something good for them, so they eat enough food and healthy enough and have a very strong immune system, so that they don't keep falling ill every now and then. So other than nutrition and sleep and making them follow the timetable, you can always prepare a checklist. You do not have to tell them, because sometimes they may not like it, but you can always introduce the checklist to them, as in tell them you need to carry these things before examination, so you need to put them into your bag the previous night. So as a very caring parent, there is no harm in preparing a checklist and checking before going to bed whether things are put into place, as in if you need to carry an ID card, if you need to carry your tools, your pens and pencils and the box and the geometry box and everything. You can give the final check, because you are more happy when you know the child has carried whatever is necessary. You do not have to go and keep asking the child whether have you put that into your bag, have you done this, have you done that. No, you give them the checklist and you ask them, okay, did you look into the checklist, have you put everything into your bag? So once that is confirmed, you are stress free, as in you have a timetable, you have gone through all these things, you have helped them out, and the examination is tomorrow. You have given them a checklist, as in what are the things that needs to go into the bag, and you have also confirmed that it goes into the bag. So you have done all these things for them. Now, there is another thing. Do not bring the external influence, as in you have a neighbor whose son has scored probably real good grades and has gone abroad to study. Do not keep that as a focal point, telling them you have to get so much of marks, you need to go to Canada, you need to go to US, you need to go to whichever part of the world. So you pressurize them to be like someone else. No, if you do that, the child is so pressurized. Sometimes the child just wants to do the opposite of it, as in not study, not score marks, I'll probably sit down at home. Sometimes the children want to fulfill your dreams so much that they pressurize themselves, overdo with their studies, and tend to forget almost everything when they have to write the examination. So as parents, do not keep any focal point of reference, because that is a torture in itself. So once you have a good discussion with your children, always say that they take enough breaks. Do not stop them from watching TV. There are a few of them who would want your help in stopping the usage of social media or the telephone or watching TV. So if they are asking for help, you can guide them, as in how you can reduce using it. Okay, you can deactivate your account. You want to give the phone to your parents, yeah, collect it, but don't enforce it on them. See, I have read about, toppers, college toppers who have gone off from social networking sites. That is out of their own will. It is not because of pressure from their parents. So when children decide to do it, yeah, you cooperate, but that does not mean that you cut off your entertainment as well. No, you do not have to do it, because when the child is having a normal ambience in the house, as in how you have been living before the examination continues even during the examination, that is when the normalcy creeps in. Okay, so once your child comes back after answering the examination, do not just chase them and say, tomorrow you're having mathematics, tomorrow you're having science, you go and start studying. No, you do not have to do that. When you give them their evening tea or snacks or afternoon lunch, whatever time they're getting back home, you should sit down with them and let them talk, as in they would tell you about how did the examination fare. Some of them do not like to talk about the examination. Do not force them to talk about the examination. Just let them free to talk whatever they want to talk. Probably they're going to talk about a friend, probably someone had a fall, someone did really well, or it's someone's birthday. So just encourage them to talk and let out their stress, because they have been carrying this in their head to finish off the examination. So they have finished with something, so be open to listen to them. So once they finish it, do not keep pressurizing them to have your shower, go open your book, sit down and study. No, let them have their space, enough space and time, and then they themselves would come up to you and say that they would want to study. If they're not talking about it, just ask them, what examination do you have tomorrow? That is after they finish talking. That is like a subtle reminder for them. Do not have to tell them directly, as in go and study, open your books. That's very dictatorial, or it is being bossy, which is not very welcome, which they do not like. Considering the psychology of the current generation and youth in general, they wouldn't like someone ordering them, asking them to do this and that. So they like doing it at their own terms. They know the importance of examination. As I told you earlier, if you have explained to them, they would know the importance of examination. So once they're back, they would start reading, so the cycle continues. So after you finish all that, you always have to make it a point to give them what they like. As in, they have finished an examination, they're very happy, reward them. Probably when they are home, prepare something that they really like, probably a snack that they love, or something like a chocolate, or something that they really have been looking forward to. So that is like, they're going to be happy after an examination to be welcomed like that. So being a support in general is very important. As in, when they tell you, I have not done well, I think out of 10, 5 of them were average, just be the positive support around. As in, just tell them, that's wonderful, you have done your best, leave the rest and let's see when the results are out. You do not have to say, I told you to study, I reminded you so many times to study, you were playing, you were looking into your phone. Do not blame them. It is just going to pull down their morale. Just tell them it's fine and they have done their best. This is an encouragement in itself, where they feel, okay, I think she's hurt, but I have to do better in my next examination, and they're going to concentrate more in their studies. So these are a few things that parents can do during examination. We have to cut down the old stereotypical way of pressurizing children to study, terrorizing examination and glorifying marks. These are all things that needs to be moved out if you want to have children who are stress-free, who have the thirst to acquire knowledge and be really successful without any other factors affecting them. So yeah, I hope these tips are going to help parents and children as well. Since I was talking about timetable, the contest is still on. If you have still not helped your children in forming the timetable, please do help them out. And once the timetable is done, you can always share it with us, because we have a surprise gift for the best timetable that has been designed. And if you have missed out on the video, I will put the link of that video in the description box. So if you have liked the conversation today, then please do not forget to like the video and also to share the video, because someone else also would benefit out of it. And if you like more such videos, make it a point to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful week.